Hello, how's everybody? This is Ex-Jehovah Witness tape, and I'm going forward with the Access program. I'm gonna call it. I'm almost sure which name. Well, I guess I just gotta say that for now, anyway. I didn't say before, but I do have the website, and I have to go over and I have to set it up. So, the name of the website is Ex-Jehovah Witness, Ex-Jehovah Witness Experience. Okay. So that's the name of it. And we're going to talk about that later. I'm going to put a YouTube on it, okay? Actually, what I did today was, I fixed up. Remember in the last YouTube, I was stating about not Bible, but baptism. And this is important. I figured out, this thing is just a little bit crooked. Okay, so I figured out about the rows and columns, okay? The columns, I'm sorry, I'm just so subconscious about, I don't know, I always do this. I'm sorry. But I figured out about the rows and columns, okay? Because everything has to fit perfectly. And like a lot of people, like when you're doing something, you think about it. Is this the right thing? Is this the right thing? That's the way I do it. And I find the answer. Okay. So the answer to the rows and columns. And I want to say that this has to do with the way that we're going to do this, this access program. So the reason why it's important that you understand this is because, like, I'm almost sure pretty later on, as people see the benefits in it, in this access program, they're going to email me. Remember my email for this project and any projects with Ex-Jehovah Witness is pierre68@gmail.com. So if you have anything that you want to talk about, probably not now, but as the time goes on, remember to email me and make sure you add a subject? Yeah, in the subject, put down what you have to put down. But I'm telling you that because I'm telling you what rows and columns are for this project. I went over it with a fine tooth. I tell you, I'm doing this thing. It's linguistics, but you have to bear with me as far as when I figure out certain things to say. With a fine, because it messes up some of my idioms. With a fine tooth comb. I remember one time I said, take it with a grain of it's supposed to be grain of salt, and I said, take it with a grain of sand, okay? But that's because I'm adjusting something. I'll talk about that later on. But anyway, we were talking about this thing. So when you put in the subject, this is how we're going to do it. We have rows and columns. And I figured, and I'll give you my expression why, that columns are for contrast. Columns are for contrast. And rows are for, what was it? I did it all the time. Compare. So comparing are for rows, contrast is for columns. So as we go on to this program every day, and someone gets interested in it, and they want, I think that this should be something that to do with this rows and columns. So you would have to state that I don't think that that's a good. This is just an example, hypothetical. I don't think that that's a good. That's a good common column for contrast or something like that. Okay, anything is. I don't know how it's going to work out, but anyway, the only thing I'm trying to tell you is that for contrast, it's going to be columns. Okay, and for comparing. So we have compare and contrast. Just remember, compare is to the left, okay, and the left is the roles, okay. So that's compare and contrast is, the columns. As an example, I'm going to show you an example. When I did I do baptism? Okay. When I did Armageddon, let me see if I can put that up. It should just put up. Okay. We did Armageddon. Okay. When we did Armageddon, this thing, look at this. Okay. It's just that I always put this up, but it doesn't, the width. I mean, the height, I want it to stick, but it doesn't stick. Every time I close it, it goes back to, okay, so now I got it back, okay. And we're going to lengthen it, put it 80. Oh, I see what it does. Oh, I'm not going to worry about that, okay. So anyway, we have, remember, so Armageddon, so listen, Armageddon was for this program, for this thing that we're doing in Access, Armageddon, I would have to say, was a contrast, okay? We're talking about contrast in Armageddon. So that means we contrast Jehovah Witness, the viewpoint of Jehovah Witnesses to ex-Jehovah Witnesses to the worldview. So that's contrast, okay? So that tells you that either the contrast is going to be highlighted or the compare is going to be highlighted. Now, when we go to Bible or baptism, okay, let's go to baptism. And baptism is up. Baptism, there was one. Okay, Armageddon was a contrast. Okay. What? Oh my dear Lord. Okay, I'm trying to find this thing. Okay, we just did baptism. I just finished baptism. Okay, so baptism was a... Wow. Okay, in fact... Okay, so baptism, it looks like it was a contrast also. Okay, it was a contrast. Okay, but there was one that I did that was a compare. I don't know. Let me see. Okay, so the Bible was... Okay, so the Bible is not a it's a compare. The Bible turns out to be a compare because I'm comparing the Jehovah Witness Bible and the Ex-Jehovah Witness Bible and the World View Bible. Okay, and then let's go back. And then I don't know why, but I thought baptism was not, but okay, baptism. Okay, Bible. And then baptism. Oh, okay, I knew that. Okay. Let me see this. What is this? Okay, there it goes. Everything's mixed up. Okay, so let's go over each one, and I'm going to tell you. So we have the first one, which was apostate. This always happens when you have something new. I'm not going to do that one because I have to fix it. With the new information, I have to fix apostate, okay? So let's go to Armageddon. Armageddon was a contrast between Jehovah Witness view and ex-Jehovah Witness view and world view, okay? Armageddon. Then baptism. Now, baptism was a compare. That's what was confusing me. So that was a compare. The baptism was comparing Jehovah Witness to ex-Jehovah Witness. But the weird thing about the compare with the ex-Jehovah Witness and the Jehovah Witness for the baptism, the worldview turned out to be one of the things that we were comparing. I'm not comparing, but it was one of the topics, okay? So like I'm saying, this is compare, and then you have the different fields for comparing. And the worldview ended up being a something that was compared for the Jehovah Witness and the ex-Jehovah Witness. You follow me, I hope you get it. And then we have the Bible, which is another compare. And I compared Jehovah Witness, ex-Jehovah Witness, and worldview. And we're going to go over that, but I want to go back to baptism to make sure it's clear. Because, let me see. Let me go back to baptism to make sure that everything is clear. Okay, so we compare the Jehovah Witness and the ex-Jehovah Witness. Okay, that's a compare. In comparing the Jehovah Witness and the ex-Jehovah Witness, worldview was one of the things that are being compared. Okay. So it wouldn't be put in the groups, okay? Because it's something that we're comparing, like how the world views the Jehovah Witness baptism, how the world views the ex-Jehovah Witness baptism. Okay. And then now we have the Bible, and that's where we're at. Everything is cleared up. Now we have the Bible, which is, like I told you, being compared, ex-Jehovah Witness and Jehovah Witness. Okay. And inside the one of the things that are going to be compared are how the world views Jehovah Witness and how the world views ex-Jehovah Witness. So Jehovah Witness, now I'm going to go over the compare. So we have the Jehovah Witness. Wait, are we doing baptism? No, Bible. We want Bible. Let me see. Okay, here. Okay, so we want Bible. Okay, now, so scratch what I just said. The Bible is being compared. Jehovah Witness, ex-Jehovah Witness, and the worldview are being compared. My only thing is that when I'm speaking about something, I have to make sure I have the table, because now I have I have 5 tables, so I got to make sure when I'm talking about it that I'm actually reading what I'm talking about. So now I got to look at the top, the table, Bible, read it. Then we have Jehovah Witnesses. This is what I got for the Jehovah Witness. They use New World Translation of the Holy Scriptures, and though it is not called a Bible, they continually enforce to their members that their book says Bible, which it literally does not say. Ex-Jehovah Witness. Because their experience as an ex-Jehovah Witness, they most likely may start their new, and I spelled new wrong, they may start their new they may start their new, let me read up. Because of their experience as an ex-Jehovah Witness, they most likely may start their new life not putting much faith in reading the Bible until they have made many personal changes. Okay. And then we have the world view, which is another comparison. It compares, the ex-Jehovah Witness and Jehovah Witness view. The Bible is serious business, and each Bible is brought forth through companies that scrutinize every section of the Bible. Okay, so now we have it done. Okay, if you're really interested, you would follow me. So I hope that the people who are really interested, they follow me. Now, so the thing that I covered today was the fact that we're going to have a website. The name of it is Ex-Jehovah Witness Experience. Okay, and we're going to keep it that way. There's a reason why I probably think there's a reason why it's not used, because usually it's hard to find the name. I mean, to get a name, that you want, because it is basic Jehovah Witness Experience, but it's the way it's spelled, because it's spelled all together. Just think about it. Ex-Jehovah Witness Experience, okay? The way the spelling is, I don't think this way. So that's why I kept it. So it's beautiful to me, okay? It's just like my name. Some people say my initials in my name for French is not good, but it's not me. I can't help it. My name is Pierre Deux, but I can't help my initials. I don't have a middle name. But I don't think that way. So I mean, that's what I learned, So, that's the most important thing to me. So now we learned about the website, which I'm going to hopefully set up. I have to set up things tomorrow because I'm not working. And then we also learned about, which is very important because we're getting a structure for this. And the most important thing is that right now is to compare and contrast. Just like in school when they said do a paper on compare and contrast. Well, we cleared up the reason for columns and rows. You know that rows go this way, left to right, right to left, okay? Columns go up and down, okay? The reason why I knew that there was a difference is because you reread, when we read something, we read it left to right, okay? So that is kind of fits into the category of comparing, because you read about something, one thing, and then you read about another thing, so that's compare. Then we have contrast. Usually contrast, you want to see them all and separate them and look at them look at them all at the same time and see the differences in them. So that would be a contrast, okay? So we know that the fields in the column, the names of the columns would be contrast. I hope everybody enjoyed this YouTube. It was a lot of work, and tomorrow we're going to go to it again. Thank you very much for paying attention, okay? And tomorrow, see you later, bye-bye. It's going very good.